my gosh. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Hello, my name is Zoe, and I'm gonna go over what I made in 2023 as a beginner crocheter. Because at the end of the day, I am a beginner crocheter. You may look at my stuff and think that I may be a little bit more advanced, and I'm really not. These are all just beginner crocheted stuff because I really only started taking crocheting very seriously around September, and this was my first project where I was like, holy crap, I made something. And at the end of the day, I didn't follow any patterns for any of these projects. So maybe if you're kind of one of those people who struggle with doing patterns, you can figure these out too. So, because I certainly did, and I didn't follow any pattern. I just kind of winged it for a lot of these projects. So anyways, I'm gonna go over the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm also gonna go over how well some of my projects have held up, because at the end of the day, my projects are, I'm still a beginner crocheter, and some of my projects honestly haven't held up very well. And I think that more people should talk about how well their crochet projects hold up over time, because some of them hold up really well and I did it really good, and some of them as a beginner crocheter didn't hold up very well. So anyways, let's get into it. This right here is going to be project number 1. This was the first project that I did that I was like, holy crap, I can crochet. When it came to the eye, that's the only part where I was like, I'm gonna try to do a pattern. I'm gonna try to be serious about crocheting, and that is when I learned through the patterns. I think I got to about here with the pattern, and then I went completely rogue and just started freehanding it, and then that's how I made this wonderful thing. I mean, at the end of the day, these are all pretty simple stitches. They're mostly just like the granny square stitch with the double crochets, and there's some like treble stitches. And I'm gonna be honest, my crochet knowledge is not great, and honestly I got it done, I think maybe in like a day or two. I got this one done pretty quickly. But yeah, this was my first project that I really took seriously, and I'm pretty proud of this one, and it's very pretty. Now, how well it has held up? I think it's held up pretty well, to be honest. There's a couple strays that I probably could tuck in and it would be fine. It's definitely has held up very good, to be really honest. Very good. Oh man, this project was a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. My dreams were far too big. I really started to stray away from using patterns, and so this was my first project that I did that was just completely freehand, just doing what I felt looked right. And you can go over to my TikTok and watch this whole disaster happen, and then somehow I kind of managed into something that actually resembles something cute. I got these giant pom-pom sleeves, which I personally love the pom-pom sleeves. Honestly, I probably could fix a lot of these pom-poms. This one has just been sitting in my closet for far too long, and I did all these cool little mushrooms on it with the moss, and it's super fun, but it's still, there's nothing really crazy techniques that I use. Maybe with the mushrooms a little bit, I just kind of clustered the double crochets, a scallop with the double crochets, and I kind of clustered them pretty close together so that way they would kind of resemble the way that mushrooms look. Yeah, let me put it on because I love the sleeves. I personally really love the sleeves. They're so fun. I probably could fix a lot of the strays that are going on here, but still super fun. Okay, how well has this one held up? I mean, it honestly has not held up very well from what it looked like from when I finished it to what it looks like right now. Like I said, it did sit in my closet for a really long time, and I don't honestly wear it too often because it is very loud and very... Anyways, that's project number 2. This one I think was my next one. Okay, this is knitting. If any of my Doctor Who fans out there, this is the 4th Doctor's scarf. Honestly, it was supposed to be a lot longer. I kind of got bored of knitting because it's just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And the only thing I can do knitting personally is just a square. So naturally, I'm just gonna make a ginormous long scarf knitting. Maybe one day I'll get better. Okay, on to project number 4, I guess. This project was the project that changed everything for me. I had the idea of doing something on top of the sweater and kind of just doing this crazy wavy. I kind of wanted it to resemble like a lava lamp in a way, and I somehow did this. Truly, I do not know where this came from in my brain, but this is when stuff started to click for me, where I was like, holy crap, I'm onto something. This is really cool. And personally, when it comes to surface crocheting, I really haven't seen too much with surface crocheting. I've seen people do lettering and do like lines and all that other stuff, and that's really, really cool, but I really haven't seen people go beyond that and do these crazy designs, because there's really so much you can do with surface crocheting other than just straight lines and lettering and all that kind of stuff. I somehow concocted this, and it is the whole entire sweater. It took me about a week on and off, so honestly not too long. And how well has it held up? I think it's held up pretty well. I think because I'm a beginner crocheter, I use a lot of acrylic yarn, and there's a lot of fluffies on it, and it probably could get all the fluffies removed off of this and it would look a lot better and back to normal. But anyways, that's this project. I love this project. I wear this one probably the most because it is so my style and so just fun. I really love that one. Project number 5, I guess 5 and 6, because it is a 2-piece. And there's one good one and one really bad one, ironically. Super fun checkered pants. And all I did for the waistband, because I realized like very, very quickly that knit pants are extremely heavy and I needed something to keep them on my waist. And so what I ended up doing was I had the ribbing on here already and I didn't want to do the drawstrings. So what I did is I got elastic and I folded the ribbing over, so that way in the inside, it's still the checkered, and the ribbing just got flipped over to the outside with the elastic in the inside. And yeah, pants are super easy because all you're doing, whoa, excuse me, all you're doing is working in the round for the waist, and then you, for the crotch part, you just crochet from there to there, and then for the legs, you just work in the round again. And the checkered print, I'm gonna be honest, there is a lot of trial and error when it comes to the checkered print, because when I looked up a pattern for the checkered print and I kept trying to do it, it didn't look the way that I wanted it to look, and the checkers weren't lining up the way that I wanted them to line up. And so then, like I said, I went rogue and I found my own pattern. And this one has held up pretty good, except for that one little rogue string that I probably should sew back in. And then this monstrosity, because I had no idea what I was doing, and this one is just, oh, it is a disaster. I just whipped this up in one day, and you know, to be fair, when I wasn't using a pattern, it's fine. It's fine. From afar, looks very cute, and with the matching set, very cute. When you really deep dive into this project, it's a disaster. I did not know how to do the V shape in the middle, so I made the ribbing way too long, and that man, this is like kind of embarrassing. But like I said, I'm a beginner crocheter. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just making up all this stuff. Anyways, this one did not hold up very well. I probably could go back and fix it. I probably won't though, to be really honest. So I don't know why I thought like, oh, let's make a vest. Now we're gonna go into the really, really bad. These projects are my real disaster project. This one, oh my, I don't know what I was thinking. What kind of monstrosity is this? This is the worst bucket hat in the whole entire world. I tried to do the crazy design on it because I was like, maybe it'll be fun. It's far too big, first of all, and I just messed up. See, now this is where not following any patterns really starts to get away from you, because there's patterns for a reason, and this one is awful. And then there's this one, oh my god. If you were ever wondering what these look like when they're in the process, they look awful. This is the inside of it, and then when I'm all finished, I go over and I tie in all my things, I sew it all in and then fix it all. This one was a disaster. This is where finding the right materials is key. I kind of just was like, oh, it'll be fine. Now there's good acrylic yarn and then there's really bad acrylic yarn. This orange one is bad acrylic yarn. It just is so scratchy. It's so, I mean, it's great for like blankets and stuff, but it's bad acrylic yarn for when you're trying to make clothes. And this one really got away from me. It just went so rogue that I don't even know what I was doing anymore. Lessons were learned. This one is, like I said, not finished. Probably won't be finished, and there was a lot of mistakes made, and that's okay. And after those two projects I did, I was really starting to get lost and was like, man, I really need to finish a project, because I'm the kind of person where I just need to finish a project and then I'm on a roll again. And I'm just working. And so I was like desperate to work on a project and finish a project, first of all. And then that's how we got to this one. If you watched my TikToks, you guys would know what the circus show this one went through. Originally, it was colored in rainbow, and then it went to no rainbow, and then it was still very colorful and very cool, and then I didn't have enough yarn to finish it, and then I was like, maybe I can add black to the spots that aren't finished, and then I was like, I'm taking out all the color out of it, and here we are. I was also working on, I was experimenting with more negative space, because this one doesn't have very much negative space at all. And so this one I wanted to experiment a little bit with the negative space and see how much I can get away with. And to be honest, I think the end product looks very cool. And this one's my most newest one, I suppose. And I really love it personally. And it's held up very good. I think that my sewing in my stuff is getting a lot better. And yeah, I really love this one. I do wear this one a lot too, so, because it's very fun, it's very cool, and I really like the contrast of it too. Onto the project that I am working on at the moment. This one also has gone through a lot of different stuff, and this is where I'm at on this. I know I said in my last video that I was gonna update you guys. I really haven't worked on this very much. I'm in a rut a little bit at the moment, but I'll continue working on this, and hopefully I will get the whole thing covered, and then I'll get all the ribbing on it, and it'll look super cool. So anyways, to end this video, I want to encourage people to not necessarily think that if you're the type of person where you can't follow patterns, that you can't crochet. I certainly can't follow patterns. Patterns aren't for everyone. That does not mean that you can't crochet. You just need to find your own path when it comes to crocheting, and just keep trying. There's going to be a lot of failure. There's going to be a lot of, you know, work in progress, and you'll get there eventually. So anyways, have a wonderful day, and please like, please subscribe, and have a wonderful day. What you doing? Thank you.